everybody, Bill with American Liberty Fighters here. I guess let me begin this video here. This isn't something I plan to do. This is going to be kind of an off-the-cuff kind of thing. It's kind of a video response deal. Even though nobody asked me to do it, I can't see writing a book to get what I want to say out. So I'm just going to say what I got to say. I just watched a video by Grandpa's Farm, and I watched Brad from the Big Family Homestead video that he did in response, or I don't know who did it first, really, honestly, and I honestly don't care. I guess let me start with, I don't own a cow. I don't own chickens. I'm not out on a homestead just yet. I guess there was some big dust up on the Homestead Network, which Brad is the front man for, and you have all these other YouTubers that they do live feed stuff on this network. I'm not part of that network, but I do watch a lot of the channels that are on that network. I'm a subscriber to most of these people, and I watch a lot of them. I watch Grandpa's Farm. I used to watch Brad's until a few months back. I don't necessarily watch his much anymore because I get kind of irritated. I'm not going to pass judgment on him about whether or not he was abusing that cow or not by not doing the hooves. However, I will say that that's something that someone that has a cow should be doing on a regular basis, is taking care of that cow in whatever way they need to. And if he had 6 months to take care of that cow, he should have. I get the fact that maybe he didn't have the funding at the time to do it, and, you know, so be it, whatever. You're part of YouTube, and therefore you have a plethora of videos that would show you how to do it yourself, and you have other people that are willing to help you. I don't watch a lot of the live feeds because I have other things to do. I've watched some of them, and they're informative. I have to agree, they are informative. But again, I've had conversations with Brad over the phone. My wife has had conversations with Brad over the phone, and that's one of the sticking points for me. She's also had email, and I've had email back and forth. Not much for me, but she had. And we make comments on a lot of things, and we do not hold back on our comments. I've never been one to hold back. And I think it's safe to say that I can say the same about my wife. So I can relate to Grandpa's Farm. I can relate to his being, brash and abrasive. And I don't have a problem with that. I have a problem with people being disrespectful. I don't know if Brad was disrespectful to Grandpa's Farm. I don't know if Grandpa's Farm was disrespectful to Brad. I can tell you right now, I've read a lot of the comments that are going on Grandpa's Farm's video. I haven't really read a lot of the ones on Brad's video because the ones I was reading was basically, you know, way to go, Brad, we're with you. And for me, it's, I'm not part of your network because you were disrespectful to my wife. So that's my take on this, is if you're disrespectful to my wife, who knows how disrespectful you were to Grandpa's Farm. And that's kind of where I went with Brad on that. I didn't need help at the time. I thought I could help him. I thought he was a veteran. I'm a veteran. So I go out of my way to help other veterans. That's what I do. If you watch my channel at all, you'll know that. I'm very much into politics. Not as I want to be a politician, because I don't. But as in, I'm an American citizen, I've served my country, and I feel that it is my duty to pay attention to what's going on and to have a voice. Some of the comments I've read have to deal with the First Amendment, with the freedom of speech. And I have to say that if you think that you can restrict someone's freedom of speech, you don't quite understand what the Constitution is there for, and you don't quite understand what your freedom of speech is. Your freedom of speech is your freedom of speech. You cannot restrict your freedom of speech. Yes, it's Brad's channel, and yes, he has the right to say, if you want to be part of my channel or my network, and you want to have any kind of content on my network, then you have to abide by my law, by my bylaws, by my rules. But not one single person can hold anybody on their channel that's making comments. Nobody can hold them accountable. You cannot say, you can't say these things. You can tell them and warn them, which I'm sure that the moderators do. And then you boot them. I don't have a problem with that per se. I have a problem with people saying that a First Amendment right is only so far as this line, because that's untrue. You obviously don't know the Constitution. You obviously don't have a clue. You cannot say that. With any right, with any freedom, you have a consequence of breaking whatever it is. If you have the freedom of speech and you speak out in a disrespectful, disparaging way, you have a consequence that's given to you for that. But you still have that right. So I wasn't in the chat at the time. I wasn't paying attention to Grandpa's Farm when that live feed was going on. I'm not up really late anyhow. I have a lot of things I take care of, even though I'm in the city. You know, I have a full-time job. I take care of a lot of things. We're getting prepared to leave. We're doing our research. I also read a lot of the comments, and Doug and Stacy was brought into this. The homesteading with Doug and Stacy, and I guess Doug was making some comments, and Brad, I guess you took offense to those comments, and I don't quite understand why. If Doug was making comments that were relevant to the subject matter, and he wasn't disrespecting you or telling you were basically a piece of crap for not doing what you needed to do. He was just making it clear that you're making excuses for not taking care of an animal that's in your care. So take it for what it's worth. You know better, you do better. Hopefully you will. I've already said to Grandpa's Farm, I'm going to keep watching his channel because he does have some pretty neat stuff that he does. I don't watch all of his videos because I'm not interested in all the things that he does. And that's just the same as anybody else's channel out there. I don't watch everybody's channel. But I watch some. I don't watch everybody's videos. You know, I watch some. And I'm sure that everybody else is the same way about mine. So, or at least the ones that are subscribed to me. You know, I guess my takeaway from this is everybody's blown this out of proportion. Brad, you've kicked somebody out of your network because they didn't quite agree with everything you were trying to tell them. They made a comment to you, you took offense to it. And I'm not privy to what was going on in the entire conversation you two had, and nobody else is. So we're all making assumptions, we're all making these snap judgments and making comments. You know, these live feeds that you guys are doing. You ask people to put input. You want people to say and ask questions and give input. And if you're a community that's supposed to learn from those within the community or those that are watching within the community, and you have someone that actually knows something about what you're talking about and then make a comment, and it's not derogatory, it's not foul in its nature, it's not self-promoting because, by the way, I mean, unless you've lived under a rock, you already know that YouTube won't let you do a self-promoted thing anyhow on a live feed. They won't let you put a link in there. It's in their rules. So when you have something like that and you have a live feed going and someone makes a comment and you actually wipe that comment out because you feel they're self-promoting in some way when they didn't, or you feel, I don't know, I'm not sure why you would do that, but, you know, these are the reasons why, for me, I wouldn't want to be part of the network, the family of network. I'm kind of an outsider looking in, watching you people, learning from you people. So I don't want to be part of what's going on right now. I mean, you know, if this is how you're going to treat family, then I guess I sure as heck don't want to be part of that family. You know, that's again, that's my opinion. That's what I think about it. So I don't feel that if you have certain if you have a live feed and you want people to actually join in on your live feed and you want them to give their input and all that, then you cannot, as you being the one giving the information, when somebody gives an opposing view of what you say, you can't then decide that, well, that's just not what you want on your live feed, and you kill that comment, and then you give the excuse that, well, you killed it because it was self-promoting, and once you kill one comment, you kill them all, which is untrue. Again, my take, my view. I'm watching what's going on, and thankful that I didn't join. It's very childish in nature. Everybody is being very childish in nature, or at least most of us are being childish in nature out there in all these comments on these two videos. It's unbelievable how disrespectful people can get when it comes to certain things. So, I mean, I guess Grandpa's Farm YouTube channel is going to continue going the way he goes, and he's going to continue doing what he does. And he'll continue having followers, and those who drop off will drop off. So be it, whatever. And I guess Brad will do the same thing, and he'll have those that drop off too. That should be where it ends at. It shouldn't be this back and forth bickering and fighting, childish attitudes. I don't understand it. If you're all a community and you're all supposed to be family, then act like family. And if you're a Christian, Brad, then act like a Christian and be willing to forgive and do what you need to do. Be right. I don't know. I guess that's just my take on this. That's where I'm at. And like I said, reading all these comments and all the people that are saying stuff that are just unbelievably, I got pretty irritated reading. I know who I know Brad is in my view, and that's my opinion of him. And I may be completely wrong, but then again, when you treat somebody in a poor manner, and it's actually someone's wife who you do that to, you should kind of be cognizant that they're still going to be around. And when you do something else that makes them think, I was right to judge you in that way, I was right to think of you in that way. I mean, you can't blame someone for thinking that. And now, I don't know. I mean, I guess some of these people probably are going to be upset that I've said this. But again, so be it. I can handle whatever it is. If you want to make comments on this video, cool. You want to give me a thumbs down? Awesome. Whatever. I'm good with it either way. It's not going to bother me. But I'll make comments back. And I will use my First Amendment right of freedom of speech in order to reply. And I'll reply in kind. I will try to be as respectful as I can, but I have my moments. I'm only human. I'm a man. Made in God's image, but I'm still a man. So, I guess that's all I need to say about this, because I'm just kind of rambling about. Like I said, I'll continue watching the channels that I watch. I don't have a problem with Grandpa's Farm. If I don't like a video he's got put out, I won't watch it. If I feel someone is using language I don't want to hear, I'll change the channel. It's just like TV. I'll change the channel. I won't watch whatever I don't want to watch. Because as most of you people out there on YouTube, we don't watch a lot of TV anymore because it's turned to garbage. So we're very picky in what we do watch. Anyhow, I hope I haven't bent anybody's feelings out of shape here. Have a good night. Thanks.